Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the last in this current series of Doha debates sponsored by the Qatar Foundation. The issue of torture has come into sharp focus since 9/11, with allegations of cruel treatment in Iraq, in Guantanamo Bay, and in secret American detention centers. The fact is that despite laws and international conventions, torture is widespread, with no protection at all for the victims. So should it be outlawed in every case? Is it one of the red lines that no society should ever cross? Or are there competing principles here? Should those who seek to destroy societies enjoy the same rights as those who would live in them peacefully? Can torture be tolerated under very narrowly defined conditions with judicial and medical supervision solely to save lives? That is the subject we're discussing tonight with our motion. This House believes torture is only acceptable under legal supervision. Well, speaking for the motion, Khawar Qureshi. He's a senior barrister and Queen's Counsel practicing in London. He's acted for numerous governments on issues ranging from torture, terrorism, and the extradition of al-Qaeda members. He's a visiting lecturer in international law at King's College London. Also for the motion, Colonel Bob Stewart. He was the first British commander of UN forces in Bosnia and a former chief of policy at NATO's supreme headquarters in Europe. He's now a consultant on security and intelligence matters. Against the motion, Freshta Raper. She's an Iraqi Kurd from Halabja who was arrested and tortured in Iraq by Saddam Hussein's security forces. She fled the country and moved to Britain in 1990. She's now Director of Learning at a secondary school in London. And with her is Irene. She's been Secretary General of Amnesty International since 2001. She's the first woman, first Asian, and first Muslim to head the organization. And she's been voted one of the 100 most influential Asians in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, our panel. So now let me call first on Khawar Qureshi to speak for the motion, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I speak on behalf of this motion with a heavy heart. I do so because the motion is trying to create a bridge between the ideal and the reality. We all know that torture has been forbidden for some time. There are no ifs or buts. Yet the stark reality is that there are states engaging in the use of coercive interrogation techniques to extract information from individuals, maintaining that by doing so they are saving many innocent lives, resorting to kidnap, subcontracting of interrogation, or even the creation of ghastly black holes such as Guantanamo Bay. This choice is simple. A very simple choice exists for all of us. Do we maintain that the states must adhere to absolute standards and thereby allow them the possibility to exploit the legal vacuum that exists between the ideal and the reality? Or do we recognize what is going on, however abhorrent it may be, and seek to provide legal safeguards for a process that otherwise provides no protection for the individuals who are subject to it? My choice is for the latter, and I urge you to support this motion. Thank you.
Khawar Qureshi, thank you very much indeed. So principles are just movable feasts, you junk them when the going gets tough?
Not at all.
So you're proposing to junk this one, though?
Not at all. What we're recognizing is that there are states that have decided that there is a balance that's taking place in the interest of necessity, in pursuit of saving lives, and there is concrete evidence that in certain circumstances lives have been saved by the use of interrogation techniques, however regrettable they may be. The issue is simply to ensure that states have to provide legal safeguards where there are none at present.
Well, if everybody provided the legal safeguards they're supposed to, the world would be a very different place. You're providing rules that are absolutely unenforceable.
Not at all.
All the rules so far are bent. Why introduce a new generation of rules that are going to be bent as well? Where are the safeguards for the victims here?
The Convention Against Torture was created on sound principles. It is pursuing sound principles. Laudable organizations like Amnesty International.
Which you intend to junk, the UN Convention Against Torture?
Not at all.
Which says no exceptional circumstances whatsoever, whether a state of war or a threat of war, internal political instability or any other emergency, can be invoked as a justification for torture.
Not at all.
And you are saying there's a justification for torture.
I said there are no ifs or buts. If torture is to take place, which it is, it's not justified, but if it is to take place, better that there be some legal safeguards for individuals because we recognize what's going on.
All right, Khawar Qureshi, thank you very much indeed. Could I ask, please, Freshta Raper to speak against the motion?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to speak as a first-hand witness to be subjected to most degraded, inhuman, and injustice action that none of us as a human being ever deserve to be in the position that someone like me and thousands like me has been subjected to. It is easy to speak up